I'm on my way to Copenhagen to do some more photography, but this time with a new camera, the Sony A7CR. I had planned on going there yesterday, but the Danish state railroads had a pretty bad day, so I gave up on that, and today I'm going by car instead. But before we get going, we need to charge this baby EV. While we wait for the battery to fill up, I can talk you through some of my reasons for acquiring this camera. It's not a new one. Oh, well, I hope this one is. But the model was released more than 2 years ago. And to test it out today, I had decided to go to Copenhagen and try it during the Copenhagen Light Festival. A quick disclaimer, same as usual. I bought my own gear and I'm paying my expenses for this video myself. My most used camera is the Sony A9 III. I use it for both sport and culture, and I bought it because of its speed and because of the global shutter, which means I will have no issues with banding or rolling shutter during challenging light conditions. I also have the Sony ZV-E1, which is the one I'm filming on right now. And the last time I went to Copenhagen, I tried filming with my DJI Action 5 camera in low light conditions, and that didn't turn out too well. Even though this is a bit more cumbersome, a bit more bulky, it is very good in low light, and also the reason why I got that camera. I have had both the A7R4 and the A7R5, and they're great cameras, but as I was getting more into sports and culture, the fairly slow readout speed of the large sensor wasn't ideal as my primary camera. The Sony A7CR is a baby version of the A7R5 with the same sensor, but I won't be getting into all the specification pros and cons. If you're interested in this camera, you probably already watched a lot of the videos that are out there. But what I would like to get into are some of my motives for choosing this camera, even though I've ditched the A7R4 and the R5. I want a high-resolution alternative to my 12 and 24 megapixel cameras. But I can also use this as my holiday camera, as a discrete street camera, and even as a secondary film camera. And even though I don't expect to use it much for that, I still have the option to choose 4K and 60 frames per second without a crop, which the A7C II doesn't do. It crops in at 60 frames per second. I could also use it in APS-C mode and still get 26 megapixel images while taking advantage of the smaller APS-C lenses, even though I don't own any APS-C lenses for now. And if I don't need the 61 megapixel images, I can shoot it in medium lossless compressed RAW, which is also shooting 26 megapixel images. I also have the option to use the 61 megapixel sensor to test lenses or do high resolution images of landscape or architecture, even though I don't really do much of that, like in nothing really. I think we have enough juice now to get to the capital, so let's get going.
I wish I could have seen this all with you, but you're out somewhere else, and there's nothing I could do about it now.
I'm at a parking garage now in the middle of Copenhagen, more or less underneath the harbor of Copenhagen, very close to the Royal Castle and Nyhavn. Probably also a ridiculously expensive place to park, and I might need to call the bank on Monday and remortgage my house, but for now let's just enjoy the weekend. There's still a bit to go until sunset, but I need to put on a lot of clothes because it's windy and cold outside. Then I'll go and get a bit to eat, and by the time I'm done with all that, it will probably be dark. So let's get going.
If it come back together right when we fall.
Well, that was a long day. I did have some plans about doing some of the talking out there in the city, but it was simply just too windy, too cold, and it also started snowing, so I'll be doing it here back in the car. Before I got started, I didn't tell you about the lens that I'm using today, but it's the Sony Zeiss Sonnar 55mm f1.8. It's not a lens I've tried before. It's also a very old model. It's more than 12 years old, which in electronic years is ancient. But I've heard many good things about it, so I bought it. It did work quite well for me today, but there were situations where I opted to switch to the 24mm Sony 1.4 GM lens that I'm using to film with. And I'm not sure that this will be my primary lens on this camera for street photography. It might be a bit too narrow for me. My most used camera for street photography is my Leica Q2 monochrome, which has a 28mm lens, and I think something in that range is probably what will suit me better, but I haven't quite decided yet. I need to play a bit more with this. I haven't had the chance to review the photos on my computer yet, only on the camera, on the screen and the viewfinder. And this camera is not known for its excellent quality viewfinder or screen on the back, and it's certainly not what I'm used to with my Sony A7CR III. The photos do look pretty good though. I could do an entire video or perhaps even a series on high resolution sensors and low light. There are many opinions on the matter, but my experience is that they work very well in low light. There might be some issues when it comes to video because some of the sensors, they skip lines, but with photography I haven't had any issues, and I certainly look forward to using this camera much more in both daylight and at nighttime. This was certainly a very nice evening in Copenhagen. If you haven't seen the Light Festival, I would definitely recommend that you check it out. By the time I post this video, it will probably have ended because it's Friday now and it will end on Sunday. But maybe you can get a chance to see it next year if you haven't seen it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. I've already shown you a lot of photos, but as usual, I will still show you a few of my top picks at the end of this video, so do stick around just a little bit longer. See you around.
Do you want me to stay or do you want